Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yourself well, and you love yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You love, celebrated, and appreciated. Of recent, we'll be hearing a lot more about Israel, because a lot is happening in that angle, and it's information that concerns us as Africans, as melanated people. So, of course, we're going to deliberate upon it. So, it is said that Israel has been declared an illegal state by ICJ, that International Court of Justice. So ICJ had come out now, and they have declared the state of Israel, that region, that group of people, as illegal. So now that ICJ had declared them illegal, a lot of you will now believe, right? Your Majesties. Now, when you look into the history of Israel, of that region, of that geography, and that people, we've been doing a lot about Israel here, Your Majesties. We've done a lot about Israel here. A state that was put together in 1948 with an agenda, a mission. And prior to that state being created, there are people who had already sat down and planned for it, because there were countries in Africa that was proposed. I've been talking a lot about this here. We've done a lot of discussion about the creation of that geography and that group of people. Now, when you look into the DNA of those who are living in that land today, the Israelis, you discover that they do not have the same DNA with the land, with that land. And why? Because they are not original. This is what, when you do your research, you understand what I'm saying. Look into that history. The names that that were even bearing, each of them, especially Netanyahu, his original name, it doesn't have anything to do with that land. There were people that were put together and brought in. The way they are planning to, pack Palestinians into countries in Africa now. I don't know if that video is up or not, but now they're planning, what's his name? The President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, and Netanyahu himself had agreed, or they planned, to move the Palestinians that they have displaced into countries, about 3 countries that was proposed in Africa. That's what they're planning to do. The same way they packed people and brought them into that land that is causing trouble today is the same way they want to pack Palestinians into countries in Africa to cause trouble tomorrow. So, a lot of us Africans who do not want to listen when they tell you those people who are there are not Israelites. You don't want to hear. Now, are you going to understand now that ICJ had declared those people illegal? We'll be saying it here. Those people are illegal. They are not original to that land. It's not their land. That land is for other people. They are just, most of you will say, the God of Israel will fight the battle. You'll be praying for Israel, hitting your head. Now they've told you that those people are illegal. Let's listen to some of this information and then we'll take it up from there.
This is a watershed moment for Palestine, for justice and for international law. Israel's occupation has been declared unlawful by the World Court, which has stipulated that it must be terminated completely and as rapidly as possible. The court also found that illegal Israeli occupation violates the UN Charter, human rights, and international humanitarian law. The court further unequivocally declared that all Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territory are illegal and must be dismantled, and that all Israeli settlers must be evacuated. The court declared that Israeli illegal occupation not only violates but eviscerates the Palestinian people's right to self-determination in their own land, including the right to their own state. This ruling couldn't be more timely or sorely needed. The Palestinian people have endured unbearable suffering and injustice for decades. This ruling is a vindication of their steadfastness and perseverance. This right must no longer be denied or deferred. The court made clear that the Palestinian people are the only sovereign in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem, and that the international community is under an obligation not just to reaffirm the Palestinian people's right to self-determination, but to see to it that this right is implemented immediately. All states and the UN are now under obligation not to recognize the legality of Israel's presence in the occupied Palestinian territory.
We have failed you. This is the awful guilt we carry. We tried, but we did not try hard enough. We will go to Rafah, many of us, reporters. We will stand outside the border with Gaza and protest. We will write and film. This is what we do. It is not much, but it is something. You will tell your story again. Maybe it will be enough to earn the right to ask for your forgiveness. Thank you.
All right, Majesties, according to ICJ, you heard clearly that it's an unlawful occupation and must be evacuated. So if the Israelis at that location now are living there unlawfully, it's not their land, they are not the Israelites, and they need to be evacuated. So where are they going to evacuate them to? That's a question. That's something you need to have in your mind and think about it. Now, you know, their eyes are all in the continent. When they want to move Palestinians, they say it's Africa. Israel has said when he liberates Palestine, according to Netanyahu, we discussed that here some months ago. After he liberates the Palestinian people, he's going to come to liberate Africa. So their eyes, their hope and everything is in the continent because they feel like Africa is the only place that they can move, the closest place that they can move, you know, whoever they want to move into, okay? Now, the truth is that, the question, while I was listening to this, what was running through my mind, I don't know about you, what was running through my mind was, so you were aware that these people were illegal, they are living there illegally, and you propagated them, you told the world that they are the Israelites. A lot of Africans go to these spots for pilgrimage. You allow them create places. Oh, this is where Yeshua did this. This is where Yeshua was born. This is Kiniko. And they made a lot of money. They are making a lot of money out of it. Like I told you, up until some days ago, or maybe it was weeks ago, a lot of Africans traveled to the same spot for pilgrimage and came back. And then now you're telling the world that it's an unlawful occupation. That is to say, there were originals in that region, and these people came unlawfully to occupy that place. So that's not their land. That's not their inheritance. And after they have won a life, it's like ethnic cleansing of the originals of that place. You come out now and say, okay, now we realize that they are not the originals of that place and they must be evacuated. Oh, come on. Come on. Your Majesties, are you seeing the whole game played here? Are you getting it? Because when Abigail was here telling you, other people will be saying it. I brought other people's own analysis of this whole situation. We go back into some documents and let you know that these people are not the originals. We brought in clips to you here. A lot of Africans do not want to accept that those are illegal people. A lot do not. Even myself, I was scared to even use the word illegal. I was scared to even use the word they are living there unlawfully. Okay, because you don't know what would happen when you say that. They're gonna flag you, they're gonna bring down your video. When you talk about Israel, you talk about that region, Netanyahu and his people. It's a delicate topic. Most of you don't know what one had to go through to bring out information here, and then you come out and say, "Leave our people, leave Israel alone, leave what alone, kinika kinika. I'm going to leave your channel. I'm going to unsubscribe." Do you now hear? Are you now seeing how this whole thing is unfolding? Right before our eyes, history will repeat itself. And why would history repeat itself? Because we don't want to learn from the past. When we talk, it will be like we hate people. We hate other race. We don't want to love. The Spirit of God is not in us. That's why we are talking like this. Are you now seeing how this is unfolding? Your Majesties. So this is the information, and I'm going to leave you with a shorter clip that I'm always bringing here, so that you see that those who are original to that land have been ethnically cleansed. They have been wiped out. You wipe out these people, bring out some other people, put them there, you keep killing, eliminating, taking the life of people, and then at the end you come and say, okay, now we realize that this is an unlawful occupation. Now, who brought them there in the first place? In 1948, who are those who orchestrated, manipulated, organized that these people should be brought there? Majesties, watch this clip. This is a very short clip, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, your Majesties. Bye for now.